In this video, we'll be graphing the circle x squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 4. So when a circle is in this form, we can immediately recognise the transformations that have occurred. So the first thing we know is that the circle has a radius of 2 units because we take the square root of this term here, and the square root of 4 is 2. The next thing we know is that the circle has been translated 2 units in the positive y direction, and that's because if we let y minus 2 equal 0, we get y equals positive 2. And from that information, we know the centre of the circle is at the coordinate 0, 2. So the next thing we can do is find the other key features of the graph, so we can find any x and y intercepts. So to find the x-intercepts, we let y equal 0. So when we do that, we get x squared plus 0 minus 2 squared equals 4. So minus 2 squared is just 4. So this becomes 4, and we have x squared plus 4 equals 4. Subtracting 4 from both sides, we find that x squared is equal to 0, which means that x equals 0. So that gives us the coordinate 0, 0, which is an x and y intercept. The next thing we need to do is find the y-intercepts. So the y-intercepts occur when x is equal to 0. And when we do that, we have 0 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 4. So that just leaves us with y minus 2 all squared equals 4. So if we take the square root of both sides, we find that y minus 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 4. So adding 2 to both sides, so adding 2, we find that y is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 4, which is just 2. So the first option is y equals 2 minus 2, which gives 0. And the second option is y equals 2 plus 2, which equals 4. So from this, we get the two coordinate points. We have x is 0, y is 0. And we have x is 0, y is 4. So these are all the x and y intercepts for the graph. So all we need to do is go ahead and sketch it. So on this slide, we have the circle sketched, and we can see that we've got the y-intercept here and here, and that one was also an x-intercept. The other features that have been labelled are at the extreme points of the circle. So as you can see, there is the point at 2, 2, and that's found by subtracting the radius from the center of the circle's x value. So here we subtract the radius from the center, so we have 0 minus 2, which gives the negative 2 here. And to find the extreme point out here, we add the radius's value, which is 2. So we have 0 plus 2 gives 2. And of course the y-intercepts were also the extreme values going up and down from the center as well. So the final thing we have to do is find the domain and range of this circle. So the domain, remember, is the set of the x values which are allowed into the circle. So if you look at the circle, if you look at the graph, it starts where x is an element of negative 2, and that's included all the way through until 2, and that our range is all of the y values that come out of the function, or in this case, because it's a circle, all the y values allowed into the function. So here we have y is an element of, and it starts at 0 and goes up until 4, both of those included. So over on the right, we've just got our maximal domain and range restated there.